DegloireSpace signing in to the definitive guide to being single, part 2. At the times that you are single, don't be single with a victim mentality. And the second thing, don't be single with a closed off mentality. Both of those will cause you harm mentally, and both of them will destroy you quietly. The first, which is the victim mentality, is the kind of like, poor me, nobody loves me, I'll never be lucky, I'll never find anyone. The basic idea behind this is that you're dumping worthlessness on yourself. The second type, which is the closed mentality, at first glance, you might think that that person is quite strong and that they are purposeful in their actions. But take a moment to look deeper. Closing yourself off indefinitely from people, especially if it's because you've been hurt before and all that, what you're doing is basically cutting off any new experiences to you. There's a big difference between somebody who locks themselves up in their little shell and blocks themselves out versus somebody who says, I'm doing this because I have a goal to achieve. I'm doing this on purpose for certain times till I achieve certain things. There's a difference between those two. One of them is doing it out of fear and what may seem like protection, while the other one is like, no, I just need to concentrate right now. Just know that any choice you make out of fear will later betray you. At first, it might seem like you're protecting yourself, but actually, what's the casualty of all this? Your confidence. Because what will happen is you're protecting yourself, but you're locking yourself away. And when you're doing that, your confidence is your real confidence. I'm not talking about a confidence that you can fake in front of people. I'm talking your real confidence. You'll stop wanting to be part of experiences because you've taken that, I'll just hide in my shell. And I know it can be quite stressful when you're single because of other people's pressure or even society in general. There's a pressure, whether it's direct or indirect. And if those lines just made you sigh deeply and say, yeah, that's what I'm going through, right now is the perfect time to subscribe. That's right, hit that subscribe button. DegloireSpace isn't about hype. It's a more holistic approach to create an inner and outer alignment. Let's get back to the program. You see, ideals and stereotypes, they can pressure us. We feel like, I'm single, I'm missing something, I'm broken. And because these ideas, through songs that we listen to, through movies that we watch, through things people tell us, through watching other people and projecting, we adopt these views effortlessly. They just become like this. You start thinking that this is what nature is, this is it. And when we allow these ideas to creep in unanalyzed, we haven't analyzed any of it, we haven't really gone in to see if it is what it is. Is it better to be in just any relationship or better to be single? We haven't analyzed these ideas, we haven't gone into them to see why we are thinking this way. And adopting these turns us unwillingly to beggars, to desperation, and to being stressed. And when these three things take over, suddenly when true love or a love that is deep comes your way, you don't even see it anymore. Because remember, true love never likes to be in the presence of desperation, begging, or stress. In fact, beautiful things come when we're in the opposite, when we're in the giving phase, when we have hope. Sometimes we're in tough situations, but somehow in our hearts there's a hope. That hope becomes an opening. That opening allows beautiful things to come in. Begging, desperation, and stress, they hinder our sight of the beautiful things in life, turning us basically into scavengers. And it's in these situations that we start going for emotionally controlling people, unattractive partners. And by unattractive, not necessarily physical, but actually personality. For instance, you might accept somebody who disrespects you, but you think, you know what, why not? You might accept someone who doesn't really feel deeply for you, but you just think, why not? Or the third thing is, meeting somebody who doesn't match your energy. Somebody, for example, if you're looking for a feminine energy, you'll be like, ah, it's okay. I'll go for whatever I'm seeing now because at least it's at hand. Your decisions are based on time now. It's like you're like one of those people that walk into a store and then the salesman looks at them and he uses the old quote, you know, this is the last one we have. And then you become desperate and you start thinking, this is my last chance. If I don't do this now, it's never going to be done. So you basically enter in a non-loving way. You enter in a non-trusting way. And then later you wonder why you're not that into your partner. You wonder why they cheat or why you might cheat. Or why you don't give it your all or why they don't give it their all. Why you're there but not there. And the worst part of all this is it's all happening not because someone else is treating you like shit. It's because you treated yourself like shit. And that's the real betrayal. And if anything, we're seeing these social standards breaking because they're not realistic. They're not realistic to how our minds find happiness, how we find fulfillment in our lives. They add to our stresses. They cut wings for us to fly and to experience life properly. And it makes you just fall into a phase and a state where you just settle into anything just to say that I've settled. Oh, look, I've got into this phase of my life. And let me tell you the bad news. You're just settling right now to later become a statistic. Just another case of a breakup. When you settle, you might feel a sense of fulfillment, but it's very short-lived. Your heart will never be happy like this. The kind of mentality we want to have when we're single is that we're single not out of lacking, but rather because we got taste. We're in a particular time where we need this time to ourselves to level up. Think of it like you've walked into a random store. You don't just go buy first, you want a t-shirt, you just grab the first t-shirt that you see and you say that this one. Rather, you walk around, you inspect, you see if it fits. That single time is you basically building your budget so that you buy something better. It's you fixing your physique so that when you put something on, it suits you better. It's a long vision. So how do we flip the script? You make a vow that I want the best for myself. You make a vow to analyze your ideas. Whenever you feel that desperation calling, identify it. Say, okay, that voice is coming back. You see, these laws, they all work together. People talk about manifestation as something, is a different topic. Whereas manifestation, being single, finding love, relationships, they're all linked together. How you behave is going to attract what you're going to get. If you got no self-love, you're not going to get love. It's clear. No one is going to care about you more than you care about yourself. If you accept somebody who disrespects you just because you don't want to be single, hey, it means you haven't felt love for yourself. So step 2, if you haven't seen step 1, which is in first video, linked in the descriptions below, is to start doing for yourself what you want done to you. Start seeing in yourself what you want to see in others and what you want others to see in you. Be the standard that you want to see in your life. And that's not being arrogant. That's actually self-aligning. We're not peasants at someone's mercy. We're prizes. We're worthy. And if someone doesn't see that, they're not your people. But we'll dive deeper into that in part 3. DegloireSpace signing out.